It is Bigfoot Machado back here on the program. Bigfoot, how are you, man?
Hey, James, I'm feeling great. I've been training a lot. That's been a great camp. I'm very excited for this opportunity. That's coming a long way. As you know, I lost the show last year due to some visa issues. So I'm very excited to get back there and finally show the world I'm capable of.
Yeah, we're really excited for it. And if I remember correctly, you found out about this a couple months ago. So a really long training camp for this one, right? When did you exactly find out?
I think it was late May probably we was when we figured out. So we had like a long time to put together, set up the pace, and build like a longer camp for that, and for so could be ready for now with cardio training, technique, strategy, like everything comes they came together very nice this time.
And then I think something new since you and I last spoke, you're with First Round Management. How did that all come together?
So I was with MTK at the time we first spoke, but through some I was having a hard time getting the fights. We had problem with the visa. No one was really giving an answer. Like I really appreciate the work with them, but I felt like with the guys that I was working with, they were in different time zone, completely different time zones, completely different schedules than I. So I felt I felt first round when they reached out to me when we first started contacting, they would be more local in the US with more straight direct contact to me. That would be an easier communication idea for me. So and besides they were one of the biggest management companies in the business, so it was good. I believe I made a good choice. I'm happy with them. We are working together and we got this good opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say, it works out great. You get this big fight here on Contender Series August 8th. Let's talk about the matchup. You got an 11-1 opponent. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him?
Uh, I I don't really know that much about him because local scene it's hard to get footage, and especially like back in Syria, we don't get a lot of footage from those guys. We don't get a lot of knowledge from those cards overall. But from what I could scrap around the internet and what I was able to see, I see he's a very tall guy. He's 6'6", so very lanky. He relies a lot on that lanky straight punches, keeping the distance. But I think he's not near. He's not near in the same condition as me, and he won't be able to keep up the same pace. I'm very good on read distance and engaging with good pace and good momentum. So once I start like putting my game together, I think he's gonna guess out early in the first round.
Tell me a bit about training camp. Who have been some of the main guys you've been working with? Who are some of your main training partners?
Um, Camp has been great. I've been doing my camp at FPP MMA like always. That's my home. Coach Chris Franco. We've been working one on one together a lot. Like always, I have JD Martin in my corner, and in my training camp, who's one of the best grapplers I can have over here. One of the best fighters, I think. That's one of the local scene. Unfortunately, he's having with dealing with a lot of like health issues lately and not be able to fight. Beside him, I've been working a lot of Terrence Jefferson from Gibson MMA. Lance Gibson also will be on my corner, so
Nice.
I'm getting the Franco Gibson together for this fight. I'm very excited for
Awesome.
that. Pioneers on Canadian MMA. It's fun. It's coming together. Those are the two main sparring partners I've been having to this camp. But it's been a lot of Franco and I. Chris lives 5 minutes away from my home now, so we are pretty much like at each other's face every day. Sometimes we were thinking about getting together for watch the fights and stuff, but we think, hey, I think we need a break from each other now, and
Yeah, it's getting
we
close. So
we
yeah,
kind of
need a
need
bit of a
some
break.
time, but.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
good. It's good. It's been a great camp. I no injuries. Cardio's been through the roof. The strategy is on point. I think I'm the best shape of my life. I'm the hardest I ever been in a while, but keeping up with the same pace I was keeping as I was 230, 225.
I know also, Lance, I know they sometimes go down and train a little bit in Vegas as well. So they have some connections there, which is good for you because obviously if you go to Vegas still, I know Lance will be pretty familiar with the area, right?
100%. Beside, my last fight was again against Edson Lopez from that trains at Syndicate MMA, fellow Brazilian. we exchanged punches in the cage, but after that we exchanged numbers and we've been talking to you. So
Oh,
it's a good
cool.
contact that I had in Vegas. We tried to get there while we were in Vegas for the media stuff for the contender series.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the schedules didn't match up. That's definitely a place that I'm looking to go in the future, and especially once I'm in the UFC, start using that Vegas as a hub to get some more sparring partners. Because overall, I think that's where BC and Canada lacks most. Is we don't have many heavyweights around that I can work with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, big time. And Vegas isn't that far either. It's only like what, 2.5 hours,
Mm.
even less than that on the plane, which is nice. Direct flight. I've done it a bunch of times. And then one thing I was curious, like, do you have to like diet or anything being a heavyweight? Do you have to like cut weight at all, or is it just like you walk on the scale?
Sorry, I'm just gonna dial back to. I just need to give a shout out to Dustin Joyson that fought recently won. He came for a couple of days too. He trained with us,
Mm.
and that was great. Lanky guy, also taller. My only loss, so it was good to have the 101. But back to your question, at the weight, no, I'm a heavyweight. I'm actually going up right now.
Yeah.
That my diet is a bulking kind of maintaining diet. So during camp, through all the training and everything, my average is about 6,000 calories daily. So it's just eating, training, trying to maintain. Right now, I'm at 265 in great shape. I'm feeling like I was able to keep up the speed and the cardio that I was at 220, 230, and putting the extra 30 pounds up, and now I'm feeling stronger than ever with the same pace and same speed. So that's gonna be great.
How do you see this fight playing out on August 8th?
I'm gonna knock him out. There's no way it goes other way. I'm gonna finish early. Maybe come up on a submission like I've been doing. Like I'm a guy that likes to stand up. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I started on BJJ when I first came to martial arts. So if the fight goes to the ground, I'm very happy to finish there. But for the highlight reel, for the big boss, I want to drop a nasty KO.
What would it mean to get a UFC contract? Because you've had a really long, road to get here from, coming over from Brazil to Canada to the visa issues. Like I know you've been like we've talked for years. I know that you've been sort of chomping at the bit to get an opportunity like this, and it's finally here. What would it mean to all the sacrifices you made to get the UFC contract?
Means a lot for me, for my team, for my family. That's a life changing opportunity. Being the UFC, finally being able to live off fighting financially, and but but for me, it's being able to compete with the best. I'm so excited to be able to be 101 with the top guys in the heavyweight, top guys in the world, and the UFC is a place. I can't wait to get to this division and start getting to the top guys in the ranking. Like for more than like if it was about money, I would stay home and work on my parents' college. Right now, I'm here to make history. I'm not here to make money. I want to go all the way to the top. I want to fight the Jones, the Stipes, all the big guys in those divisions, the new guys coming up, whatever whoever is coming on my way. That's what I'm excited for. That's what being in the UFC means to me. The good competition, show the world I'm the best, and fight the best.
What do you think about the timing of you having this opportunity? Because the heavyweight division is kind of changing a bit. You just mentioned it there. John Jones and Stipe are fighting. There's talk about both of them potentially retiring. Francis Ngannou is left. Like it seems like we're going to see a bunch of new fighters make their way up. We saw Derek Lewis win on the weekend, but he's a free agent. Like it seems like we're going to see some new blood. What does it mean to be potentially part of that? As inserting as one of the new guys in the division.
To be honest, I don't think Jones will retire after the Sid fight. I think he's too much of a competitor to just left. And I think right now, at this moment, the heavyweight division's been the nicest it's been a while. It's been fun to watch. I'm being excited to see the Ton Aspinalls, the Sergey Pavlovich, the Jailton Almeidas of the world. Like those three guys are the guys I'm looking forward to beating the next generation. I'm not. I would love to fight Jones. That's to fight on my life. The dream fight I always had to beat a goat. You gotta beat a goat. But I feel those guys will be the heavyweights hanging on the top when I get there. So I'm already like those are the guys I'm looking forward to be the most.
How's fatherhood going these days? I know you obviously you fight for a living and all that, but you're a dad first and foremost. How's all that going?
It's been great. Leo just turned 2 years old. He's in it's the best phase so far for me. I love him to pieces, but I can't. I'll say that I love him more in a little bit now because we can communicate, we chat, we hang out together. He's way more like a person right now. We can see his personality coming up. It's very interesting to see him grow up, and it's been great. It's been a great experience. It's been a great journey. I love being a father, and I'm excited to see this kid grow up more and more.
Do you guys speak English and Portuguese at the house?
We try.
Yeah.
We end up speaking more English. Not gonna lie, but I've been forcing a little bit to talk myself to talk Portuguese with him, and he's not understanding as much.
Right. It's
But
tough. Yeah.
I gotta keep pushing. I know overall he's gonna be first language is gonna be English,
Yeah.
but if I don't get him to speaking Portuguese by the end of the year, I'm gonna have to fight at home against my parents, and that's a fight I'm definitely not gonna win.
Right. Yeah. No, parents have the final say. That's great. Thanks so much for doing this, man. We're really looking forward to it. It's Dana White's Contender Series, August 8th. You don't want to miss it. If there's anyone you'd like to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
100%. First of all, whoever's watching, follow me up on Instagram, Bigfoot Machado underscore MMA. Big shout out to my sponsors, Mutant, Gold Radio Podcast, Happy Lager, Pathway Canada, Pathway Immigration, Strike Recovery, Spartacus Gym, my nutritionist Rodolfo Zanin, New Edge Alliance, where I do my strength conditioning training, AKV accounting, they're taking care of my business stuff and helping me out with this journey. Like all those guys that being first round management, all those guys that been supporting the team, but most importantly, my coach Chris Franco, that's been on this journey for me every single day, and my wife Gabby, without her taking care with our son, with Leo, and taking the load on my backs, helping me out and stuff, I wouldn't be able to be here. So I'm doing for that. I'm doing for her. I'm doing for my son, and that's just the beginning. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get this guy, get the contract, and from there, I go to the top from there.